Hi guys, welcome back to Blue Thumb Adventures. I'm Ashley and we're in the garden in our backyard. Today we're going to pull out the nasty corn. I think it was another corn fail. So we will pull that out. I'm hiding from the sun coming over the house right there. But I'll take you over here, we'll pull it out. I'll show you the nastiness that I'm talking about. Maybe you guys know what it is. Maybe you guys can help me make sure it doesn't happen again. Let's go. I'm gonna go ahead and say the corn wins again. This is my second season in a row giving corn a try, and I love how the plants look. I love the process of growing it, but I'm not successful for a second time in a row. So I'm gonna go ahead and count this as a gardening fail or a gardening lesson. But because I'm so stubborn, I'm gonna have to try it again. Maybe third time's the charm with this damn corn. I don't know. I'll show you kind of what happened this time. Last time I planted it over here. There's no water set up, so it got dry. There was only one corn that actually grew a cob, but it didn't form all the way. This time I have a lot of cobs forming, but they're really small. And when I took a peek at them, some of them were not developed all the way, and then some of them had some black nastiness in them. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pull these bad boys out and reset this area. I'll show you what I mean. This is what I mean by the black stuff. You see? Looks like mold. Down here, the cobs, the kernels look fine. But up here, on this side, they're not. So what I'm gonna do, don't you eat my pumpkin, though. Thank you. Thank you. Blue's in the garden, and he is looking for stuff to eat. Some stuff I don't mind, but I only have one pumpkin growing, and I'm determined to see it be successful. Yeah, not good. And I know I should be cutting these off at the root, but they're coming out pretty clean, so they're not taking much soil with them. There's a lot of bugs in it. I'm just not even gonna open it. Yeah. No. Blue, you can't have corn, silly. You can't have corn, silly. See, it's weird. They look decent here on one side. I think this one might be pretty decent. I'm gonna take this one inside. Look. That's like one bite full. Okay. I'm already, I don't know about you guys, but there's a lot of, look at this, guys. Not even, it's like a stick. A lot of places, I watch a lot of YouTube gardening channels, and a lot of places, a lot of gardeners have already hit frost. We actually don't, ooh, look at that nastiness. Yuck. We actually don't get frost. Our first frost is supposed to come, I think, like December 8th. But I am in Arizona, in Surprise, Arizona. So that's the boo-boo. Hold on. Excuse me, sir. No. Go. Keep going. Okay, I'm back. Sometimes I feel like Blue is worse than the kid. He wants to test you, and he'll do something he knows he's not supposed to do, and you'll make a noise at him, and he knows that means he has to stop or move. And sometimes he will, and then sometimes he'll stare at you. And if you're not gonna walk towards him, he'll continue doing whatever he is doing. And he'll wait until you actually walk towards him to run off, like a child. Anyways, back to what I was saying. We're not supposed to get our first frost here until December 8th, I believe. I'm in Surprise, Arizona, Zone 9B. So while a lot of the world is already frozen or about to freeze, and they're kind of putting their gardens to bed for winter, I actually can still garden for quite some time. Of course, brassicas I've got going. I currently still have green beans growing and producing. This week, today is the 5th, November 5th, when I'm filming this, and we're still gonna get the highs of 90s for the next, I think, 2 days, and then we jump back down to the 70s. So with temperatures like that, I still have, of course, peppers, tomatoes, the second round of tomatoes growing. I've still got some green beans that are just now starting to produce, and I will definitely be able to get some beans off of them before it's too cold. But yeah, I can pretty much garden year round. Now, I will say, for me personally, the hardest time to garden is in the summer when it's 117, 118. Not that I can't. I mean, a lot of plants don't like the heat like that. Even heat-loving plants. Come here, Blue. Like peppers and tomatoes, they will still stop. They'll stop producing. They might still flower, but the flower's not going to produce any fruit. But if I cover them with some shade cloth and provide them shade, they do just fine. And then I can keep my peppers that I plant in spring all year long, and actually I have peppers from spring that are still growing that I will overwinter, and when spring comes again, they'll start producing again, except they will have a lot more of a head start than the peppers that I'm gonna add to the collection come spring. So yeah, I really have a long growing season. I think Blue, get out. This is the troublemaker. Okay, so I think Google says that I have like a 308-day growing season here in my location, which is pretty awesome. And of course, a lot of people put their beds to sleep in the winter time because they can't grow when it's that cold. But because it's not that cold here, I find that in the middle of the summer is the hardest time for me. I can still have stuff going, but I physically do not want to come out and interact with the garden when it's 118. So it's times like that that I need to make sure that my watering is set up and whatnot, so that I'm not making more work for myself, but also not letting the garden go. So yeah, so right now, while majority of the world is putting their garden to bed, I'm still gonna be going. So yeah, hopefully this will be a little slice of gardening heaven for you guys to kind of give you a little bit of happiness and push you through your winter if you are struggling a bit to garden, or you have the winter blues because you can't garden. Keep watching and I'll make sure to garden through our winter. When I say our winter, we're talking like 60s. It's crazy, but let's get back to removing this nasty corn. Say bye-bye, Blue. You're gonna go inside because you are being a little bugger. Ooh, I think we got another good one. Sorry about the lighting. The sun is coming over the house right now. Came to visit. So these are my 2 keeps. Let's see what else we can find. It's really discouraging to me to try it. And yes, I've only tried 2 times, but it's so fun to look at and it's so exciting for the kids to see. And then it's like, oh, just kidding, we don't get to eat it. Mom's gonna throw it away. Try that little test where you poke it. This one might be okay too, guys. These are the smallest corn in the cobs you ever seen, but hey. I literally had one last time I grew, and it was like this big and was hard. It wasn't even fully developed. This one is that nasty mold stuff. This one doesn't have anything. I wonder what that black mold stuff is. I looked at, ooh, look at this one, has 2 heads, or 2 cobs. 1, 2. Interesting. They're not developed. But I googled what that black stuff is, and it says like black tar or something like that on corn, but when it showed it in the picture, it was all on like the outside husk part. None of it was on the actual corn, so I don't know. But this one is probably the worst. Oh, let's try that again. Pretty gross, huh? If you guys know what causes that or how you can make sure that doesn't happen, let me see if I can hide a little. I'm hiding under this cloth here. If you guys know what causes that or how I can try and prevent it or what even it's called, I don't even know. Let me know. Do I give up on corn? I like how it looks in the garden. So maybe that's enough of a reason to grow it, is just that I like how, you know, it looks. I mean, I've kept a couple things in the garden that aren't gonna produce for me just because I like the way the leaves look still and whatnot, like this watermelon plant hanging out. I like how it's falling out of the bed, but it's not gonna produce in time. But I can't pull it out yet because I just like the greenery. So do I grow corn again because I like how it looks? Or is that enough of a reason? I think it might be. Because I'm pretty big on how things look in the garden. It's a lot of motivation for me. When everything in the garden looks bad, I just want to light a match and start over. But yeah, when stuff looks really pretty, it just makes me want to keep going. So I think I just answered my own question. I think I'll probably grow it again. I think I can grow it again in the spring. I'll have to look it up, but maybe I'll try both times. Is this the same kind of corn I grew last time? I think I might have used the same corn both times, so maybe I just try a different variety. And 3rd time's the charm. Turn you guys around here, and now you see I've just got these green beans. We've already got a good amount of green beans off of these, and it's only like, I don't know, 6 plants or so I don't know that I'll get much more out of those. And then we have our pumpkin, which I have to show you guys is actually getting bigger. It's our first one. I don't know if it'll be big enough in time, but we also have this one that I hand pollinated. This is and I just hand pollinated this one this morning, this open flower. But this is candy corn pumpkin. So they get about the size of like a sugar pie pumpkin. So maybe we will get a pumpkin for the kids to look at before it gets too cold. And I was just thinking about pulling these dang beans out. But look, we've got flowers forming. So I think they want to do another round for me. So I think I'll leave them be. We've got some beans here for the kids to pick. All right, so I guess that's settled too. We'll leave the green beans here. But the corn is gone and we'll reset this area. Yep, let me stand back and show you what it looks like. Here was my magical area where I told you guys I loved the corn, the pumpkin falling out, and the beans. It's winding down, but that's okay. We're gonna fill this whole area up here within the next couple weeks. Well, hopefully you guys had a better growing experience with corn than I did, and if not, then join me in my failure here. I don't know, not really failure, I guess a lesson. Maybe third time is the charm. We'll figure it out. But yeah, that's what it looks like to get rid of the corn. I'm gonna go put all this in the trash because I definitely don't want to put it in the compost with that moldy stuff on it. I don't know, it just doesn't look right to me. So I'll get rid of this, and thank you guys so much for joining me today. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, and share, and please join us on this journey. You'll get a little slice of gardening heaven if you're in a colder area where you can't garden through the winter. I'll be sure to bring a little joy into your life with the garden. So thanks for hanging out with me today. Until next time, bye.